You know, I've been checking this Grimsby Town versus Man United issue, and I feel Grimsby Town just wants to play Man United again. Like there's nothing, there's no way you can self-report a mistake because you recorded or registered a player seconds later. Like it was 12, then you registered somebody 12:056, and you say, you know what? This is a mistake. We want to be exposed. We want to pay 20,000 fine. We want to do this. For what? There's nobody in FA who will have gone to look at who registered what later. It was, something we call misdemeanor, something that you just walk over it. But Grimsby Town, I think their management just wants to play Man United. And they are looking at the ways they can play Man United, and there's none. And beating them is like drugs. Like it's just high. And now the high has wore off. They even lost yesterday. And they feel beating Man United again, this time not through penalties, not allowing them to equalize, will be another high. And I think that's the reason why they self-reported. They had gone to FA and asked them, we made this mistake. What are we supposed to do? And the FA was like, just pay 20,000 fine. And they're like, okay, you're going to pay 20,000 fine. But is that enough? Like, can't we cancel this fixture and replay? And they felt like, it's a small mistake. Like, uh, it wasn't intentional, but if Man United thinks the player, Clark Odor, like played a part in their defeat, then they can file. We look at it, and you can rematch. And that's what Grimsby Town wanted, because after just doing that, that's something that's private. That's something that they can bury under the. They had to go back to BBC, to CNN, to Talksport, to everybody to say, you know what, we made a mistake. Can Man United, file a complaint, like go to FA, ask them for this fixture to be repeated. But Man United are like, they're 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 behaving as if nothing happened. They're behaving as if they cannot file a complaint. They're behaving as if we don't know. But we know. They can fool everybody, but they can't fool me. I've always said that they can't fool me. I can see through them. I can watch and see that they fear Grimsby Town again, because this time they'll just be defeated in 90 minutes. They don't want that. And especially the person that doesn't want that is Amorim, because he has seen, when coaches are being sacked left, right, every places, it it's usually a sign. It's usually a sign that if you do a single mistake that the people feel it's sackable, you are going to be sacked. If you are beaten by Grimsby Town goes and self-report that we made a mistake. Then the FA allows the match to be replayed, and then Grimsby Town again beats you. It's a sackable offense, and he fears. This is what usually happen. Even revolution, when Cuba are revolting and another people, other countries revolting, Venezuela is revolting, somewhere around Lesotho is revolting, Asia. It's usually, every other revolutionary is usually put to task that this is your time. And I think the management, after seeing Ole Gunnar getting sacked, Mourinho getting sacked, who's this other guy? They're now getting sacked. They're just waiting for that chance to sack somebody. They're just waiting. They're so eager. They're they're just with their pens. They just want that mistake. They just want that sackable mistake. And Amorim knows that. So even if Grimsby Town is baiting, This is what is called a bait. It's baiting Man United for a rematch. They don't want that. They don't want to be uh, embarrassed, to be double embarrassed, to be beaten. They cancel, then they beat you again. This is not a good thing. And I myself, I'm just asking Grimsby Town to have a little respect on Man United because they are going through a lot. They are suffering everywhere they are. They are suffering in League Cup. They are suffering in Premier League. They are suffering in transfers. Nobody even wants them. Even the players are leaving them and celebrating because they have gone to Aston Villa. You know how sad that is. Like, and it's not just it's not the first time. Like Rashford celebrated going to play for Aston Villa from Man United. Like, traditionally, that's a downgrade. Traditionally, a person who goes from Man United to Aston Villa will feel like their careers are not going so well. They will feel like, I've downgraded. They will go down. They will not even post on social media. They'll be like, my career is going down. That's what used to happen. But right now, a person goes from Man United to Aston Villa and is there posting freedom. I don't know. And every other player is congratulating them. Like, good for you. Good for you, sir. Good for you. It's suffering. Man United are suffering in transfers. They're suffering everywhere. I beseech Grimsby Town to not replay the game because they are going to make a lot of people suffer. They are going to make Man United people suffer. Anyway, hey, subscribe because I'm also suffering.